Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on the video. If you couldn't tell, today we're doing a bike packing video. What that is basically backpacking, but on a bicycle to get to your destination. I refuse to do this video until I got myself an actual helmet. Now, if you know me in real life, you know I cycle without a helmet, which is an absolute stupid decision. Reason being, I only cycle once a year, and I've just never gone out of the way to go get myself a helmet. Again, it's a really stupid decision, but I didn't want to give a bad example out there, so I waited till I got a helmet to actually make this video. And yeah, we have about an hour of trail to do, bike path. It's the only real option I have in my area. The next best option would be about a 3-hour drive away, which isn't that bad, but it's the area that I normally go kayak camping in. So I might do it next time. I didn't know it would existed, and it's the only real option I have out there that I'm aware of for now. So it's been an initiation to bike packing for me, and it was a big learning curve when I packed my gear. I'll get into that later, but it was a big learning curve when I realized how little space I have for gear. So I brought probably even less than my last video, which was the tarp camping in the rain there. I definitely have less gear than I have in that video. So let's get to it. I have about another 30 minutes to get to my destination, and see you guys there. Welcome to Montreal, where they don't just close on the roads, but they close on the bike paths as well. Looks like we're taking a detour. You know, when you're in Canada, when there's still hockey rinks out in summer. That path that I just crossed that was blocked off again was actually the path I was supposed to take. It's a biking and hiking trail, and I was supposed to just get off the trail. It's a nice, really calm trail that no one really goes on. And the detour now brings me to essentially a highway. Okay, so let me explain quick what happened. The area I wanted to get to was a hiking and cycling trail, so it's really calm, it's really secluded, no one really goes there. Unfortunately, when I got to my turnoff, it's under construction and off limit to the public. So I'm looking for a plan B. I took the detour that they showed, but the detour leads me straight to another highway, which I cannot get off of. And I have no choice but to turn back around. Reason being is I didn't bring any food. I had no room to bring food or any cooking gear or anything. So I planned to eat at a local restaurant that was right nearby, or at least grab food from the restaurant and bring it to where I'm camping, which would have been about 10 minutes away from where I was setting up. At this point, I'm like 30 minutes away from there, so I have to head back, at least be closer to there. It is getting dark, so what I'm gonna do, it's not getting dark right now, but I am losing daylight, so I'm gonna head back there, grab the food. I'll try to take it to go, then find my spot, hopefully before it gets dark. So let me get back to that. We got some food. By the way, where I wanted to stay was that island right behind me, and I got the food right in front of me. The park I'm in now, I can't stay here, but it's right next to where I got this food. So I'm gonna eat while I still have some daylight. I'm gonna go over my gear a bit, and then I'll find a proper spot to spend the night. So if you guys don't know what this is poutine. It's one of Quebec's most signature dishes, I would say. It's fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it myself, but I thought I would show you guys on camera. In this case, you can always add toppings, like you can get all dressed, you can get pepperoni, whatever you can put on a pizza, you could basically put in here. And in this case I got smoked meat, another signature Montreal food. They usually don't put a pickle, but I'm also not complaining. So cheers guys. I am in a public park with families around and stuff, so I will wait for the beer. For now I got a Pepsi. Any form of liquid calorie really. So cheers guys, I'm gonna eat this. I said I dislike it, but pretty good. If you're ever in Montreal, definitely try it. Don't be fooled. Don't go to Toronto and they're gonna tell you it's just as good. They're gonna tell you, some people might even tell you it's better. They're liars. Come to Montreal. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute to go over the gear I have here, or my setup basically. So a little pack here, I put my phone in there, wallet, keys. Other side I think I have a small towel and I think my glasses. Yes, I do wear glasses. I don't wear them in the videos. I don't wear them almost at all actually, but I do bring them in case. Here is my sleeping pad. That is all I could fit in there. We have sleeping bag. No, not sleeping bag. This is, I did not bring a sleeping bag actually. It's going to be quite warm, so I don't need one. This is a 2-man tent that's in there, or the thermocell, and I managed to strap on a fishing rod. I probably won't get time to fish, but the reason for the fishing rod is if anyone asks what I'm doing in a place I'm not supposed to be, I'm fishing. And that's all I could really fit. Oh, I also have a backpack. Also a backpack, I have my beer, I have a bit of water, and I have camera gear in there. It's a really, really small backpack. Meant just to keep a water bladder in. That's all I really have. There you go. So I'm gonna get out of here and find the actual spot I'm gonna spend the night. A brief explanation to people who don't know what stealth camping is. Basically, stealth camping is camping in an area that you're not allowed. And typically you won't have a fire, you won't have anything flashy, nothing to really show you're there. And that's basically it. Not the reason why I'm wearing this today. This is actually a sun hoodie. I got bit by so many mosquitoes in my last video that I said, you know what, I'm gonna wear some long sleeves and stuff. So that's basically what stealth camping is camping in an area that you're not allowed, that you don't really want to get caught. So I'm gonna get back on the road. I do want to go right over, there's a small bridge there, I want to go right over it, and there's another area, there's another green space there that I can try out. However, I did see ice cream over there, so we might take a little look at that first. Alright, turns out I can't walk, bike, eat ice cream, and film at the same time, so as you can see, I got some ice cream. I was really nervous. I left my bike outside for about 20 minutes. I was afraid that someone was going to grab it. I have about a 10-minute walk to where I'm going to go. That's my plan B or plan C at this point. I'm going to eat and see you guys there. I have no choice to set up there, so I'll have to figure something out. Okay, so that wasn't great. I found a spot, really nice spot in the water, and as I was walking to it, there was a little dip in the vegetation. There was like a rock, and then it looked like it was that high the next step, but it was really that high, and rolled my ankle. It feels okay, it's stiff, it hurts, but it'll probably just be really swollen tomorrow. I did find a nice spot. I'm actually gonna go back up, get my bike, bring it here, turn on the thermocell, and then I'll show you what's going on. Oh, and on top of that, I was eating my ice cream cone. I was down to the cone, which is the best part in my opinion, when the cone gets nice and soggy full of the ice cream, and I dropped that too, so yeah. Only thing that can go wrong now is me spilling my beer, so hopefully it doesn't happen. And here's someone over there. There's 2 people nearby taking their boat out of the water. Other than that, I'm the only person here. And other than my light from my camera, no one really should know I'm here. So like I said, let me get my gear here. I'll set up my tent. and I'll show you what's going on there. Okay, brought my bike. This is what we're working with now. Alright, I should be setting up my tent first, but I need to rest my ankle a little bit. It's really not that bad, but I do want to keep some pressure off of it for now. Too bad I can't really show you guys how the layout of this place. It's probably really dark, it's really hard to see, but I was not expecting this. I was really expecting to be stuck in like those trees behind me somewhere there, full of bugs, which is why you may notice like I wear long sleeves and long pants in the summer. There's a lot of ticks and stuff, so even though it's hot, I try to wear long sleeves, long pants for that reason. Okay, so time for the beer. I'm exhausted, by the way. Today was non-stop. Nothing went to plan. I'd covered much more mileage than I expected or I planned to. I really thought I was going to get here with at least an hour of daylight to set up, maybe fish a bit, you know, have my beer and all that. So as you can see, that wasn't the case, but we have the beer. So as you guys know, I've showed you guys this before. I'm still gonna use it a few more times before I give my final review on it. It's a GSI can cooler if it's 2 cans in there, but king cans only if it's 1. What I tend to do is put 1, throw some ice in there, which I don't really need anymore, but it's nice and cold. Actually, it's very cold. It's been in there all day in the sun. I find that's the trick. If you just take this room temperature and put your beer in, by the end of the day it's going to be warm or like maybe acceptable. But if you put this in the fridge, or even the freezer's even better with the cap off, your beer stays frozen. Or sometimes if I forget to cool it, I'll just throw a few ice cubes in the bottom and it keeps it nice and cold. So today's beer is from Bo's Brewery. Sorry, it's really hard to see. Bo's Brewery Juiced AF Hazy IPA. What percent is this? 6.5%. And sorry, there's mosquitoes on me. Thermocell should be kicking in. So this is 6.5%, and I've spoken about this brewery in the past in my ice fishing video, which not a lot of people watch, which is absolutely fine, but I'm gonna repeat for myself for the people that did watch it. This is the brewery. They're in Vankleek, Ontario. This is the brewery that got me interested in craft beers. So cheers to them, guys. And it's a hazy IPA. Cheers. After the long day today, that hits the spot. All right, cheers, guys. I am going to just rest my ankle a bit, and once I'm done this, I'll set up the tent, set up my sleeping pad, call it a night. It's as late as it is, and I kind of need to turn this light off so no one else sees me. Today's tent is like the ideal stealth camping tent. It's a 2-man backpacker, and when I say 2-man, that means like it's probably 4 feet wide. It's a 2-man backpacking tent from Mountain Warehouse, I believe, and it's almost like a bivvy. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a very low tent that essentially is the size of a person. You can maybe sit up in them if you're lucky. So he did say, I borrowed it from a friend, I don't know if I mentioned that. He did say practice setting it up at home first, which you guys know me, I didn't do that. I don't even know if I have all the parts. I have the pegs here, not the pegs, the poles, and I have the tent in the bag here, so let me figure this out. All right, that was an absolute struggle. He did tell me that you need to stake out the corners of the tent, which I didn't really believe. You know, I haven't staked out, other than like my freestanding tent, not freestanding, but my my teepee tents that I use in winter. I do not stake out tents, so I didn't believe him, but he was absolutely right. I'm just gonna show you the tent quick. It's actually, even with the light on it, can't really see it. I'm not actually gonna sleep with the cover on the tent. It's gonna be way too hot in there, so I just threw it on just to show you guys what it looked like. I took it off. This is what the tent looks like with that, with just the mesh now. That's a tiny tent. I did have to stake out. I did stake out the head part, so that part's not gonna fall. The foot part might, because I just kind of wedged it where my feet were, where the rocks are. I'm not even gonna set up my sleeping pad. I'm exhausted today. I'm gonna finish up my beer. Might cast, actually not even. I'm gonna finish up the beer and get to bed. I'm absolutely exhausted today. Thanks for watching up till now, guys. I know it's been a bit of a train wreck this video. Nothing went as planned. I spent a lot of time on Google Maps too in the past few weeks trying to find a spot, and it didn't even work out. Yeah, I'm gonna sit by the water. I'm gonna sit by the dock actually, and finish up that beer. I'm terrified to fall again where I fell. I'll show you guys. It was right here. So I was on the rock there, and this looks like, well, I can't put much weight on my left foot. This looks like it's gonna end here, but it actually goes in a little further. So I took a good fall. Actually feeling better already. Damn, my ankle. Oh, ankle's hurting less, but it's definitely stiff. So there's probably still one other person on the water. Maybe I'll fish a bit in the morning. We'll see. I feel like if I cast now, I'm just gonna get snagged somewhere that I can't see. So yeah, maybe tomorrow morning. Depends if I want to just get out of here or if I want to stick around. Well, the only one that finds it eerie walking like near water at night in the dark. Can't see what's in there. I am set up right in that area. Not where the light is there, but just in the dark area right here. Cheers, guys. We might have company. As long as it's not security. Mind you, I'm allowed to be here right now, but in an hour from now, I shouldn't be here. So hopefully it's not security. We'll just pretend we're walking around. Okay, they're gone. Not security. All right, so the last of the cars have left. I'm gonna show you where I'm set up, and then we're gonna get to bed. Here's the park. Watch out, this is where I fell. Don't forget to stay hydrated. I should have been sipping this all day, but I really wasn't. I just took it out now. I usually finish whatever water I have and then get some more in the morning or overnight. In this case, I'll finish this. Tomorrow I'm probably going to grab some of the water, depending how questionable it is. Depending how questionable it looks. Can't really tell right now. I will filter it, and I'm going to try some of those purification tablets. I've never tried them before. I have them for backup in case my filter stops working. I did not bring my filter today. I purposely did that so I could try out the tablets, see how they work. I should get used to using things like that before I really need them. So that is the plan. I'm gonna get to bed, guys. I'll show the inside of the tent though when I get in there. I don't know how they package that as a 2-person tent. There's no way. Like, I don't even think I fit in there lengthways. It looks like it's 5 foot long. Makes no sense. By the way, the last of the boaters left. I haven't seen anyone else walking around, so should be good for the night. And if anything happens, I'll cue you guys in. If not, see you guys in the morning. Okay, this is, let me get the light on. Okay, this is the inside of the tent. The area for the feet already fell. It's okay though, I staked out the head part. And that's home for tonight. I have no idea how they sell this as a 2-person. And don't worry, let me turn off this light for a second. I already got worried that was someone shining on me, or like one of those 2 were security, but it's actually just the park lights. So as long as I don't see a 3rd light, we're good to go. So good night, guys. Unless anything happens, I will see you guys in the morning. Cheers. Good morning, everyone. It's currently 7 a.m. I packed away my gear quickly before anyone showed up at the park. I slept absolutely terribly for 2 reasons. One, I immediately regretted not setting up that sleeping pad. I think within an hour I set it up and went back to sleep. And 2, those park lights, the lights itself weren't bothering me, but I kept thinking that it was someone walking by, and that kind of caught me. So otherwise there's absolutely nothing that happened. But I will be going home to take a nap, that's for sure. Well, I was thinking of using those tablets, those water purification tablets this morning, but how do I say it? The water's a little too murky for my liking. I'm not feeling that adventurous this morning, so I left a little bit of water, enough to mix some coffee. I was gonna mix it last night and then just drink it in the morning, but because there is some creamer in here, I figured it's probably best to mix it in the morning. Probably wouldn't have been the worst thing either if I did it last night. Never done it this way, so see how it tastes. To be honest, I don't like those Nescafe instant packet things, but this is probably the best way I've had them. It's not saying much, but it's probably the best way I've had them. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I have an Instagram account, and there's really not much on it, but I typically just post the pictures of my gear, sometimes where I'm camping, and that's basically it. Not missing out on much, but I do take pictures of my gear and I post those. Now, because I am stealth camping, I have to pay my respects to you-know-who. I mentioned him in my last video. Found someone's fishing rod lying around. I'm the only person here, so obviously they left it. I'm hoping they left it and didn't just... hoping they forgot it and didn't just leave it there. Kind of get the feeling that's what it was, but... hopefully they come back to get it, so I will put it... oh, you know what? It might be broken. No, I don't know what that is, but it's not broken. I'm gonna put it... I don't care to take people's things, so I'm gonna put it on a picnic table. Hopefully someone comes and picks it up. I'm gonna slowly make my way back. If you guys remember, I did kind of hurt my ankle yesterday. I'm not a... how do I say it? I'm not a stranger to sprained ankles, but this is the first time that I get one that discolors. This is probably the worst sprain I've had, and I've never had one discolor this fast. So I'm gonna show you my foot in the next clip. No screenshots. I don't know anyone selling this online, or if you do, at least split the money with me. My craft beer isn't cheap. So I'm gonna show you that. I'm slowly gonna make my way back. Luckily I did backtrack yesterday a bit, so I have about 30 to 40 minutes of cycling to do. Not ideal. So it is what it is. Maybe my next few videos might be on a kayak. I'll definitely not do my long distance backpacking trip I wanted to do. Long distance, probably gonna be like 10-15 kilometers, but I'll probably not do that. I'll probably stay off my feet. I might actually bring my kayak here. It seems like a really nice spot to go kayaking. And I did hear fish in the water last night. So yeah, I might actually come back here with the kayak, but I will be staying off my feet for the next at least couple videos, I would say. So cheers guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.